back in early 2015 Dell launched the XPS 13 version that stunned many, including myself. I bought one and still use it today, with its compact footprint and minuscule bezel around the screen. It took most other OEMs about 2 years to get on board with this approach and squeeze bigger screens in their laptops, and in this article we're going to talk about one of ASUS's models, the ZenBook UX430 series. These laptops are about the same size and weight as the ZenBook UX330 we reviewed in 2016, yet as the name suggests, comes with a bigger 14-inch screen, plus a slight design twist and dedicated NVIDIA graphics on some versions. The UX430 line is available in two main variants at the time of this post, the UX430 without dedicated graphics, and the UX430 UC with NVIDIA GT940MX graphics. The two are otherwise identical, sharing the same chassis, screen or battery, so the decision between them is based on how often would you play games and whether you're willing to spend a little bit extra for the UC model. Our review analyzes the ZenBook UX430 UC variant and we'll get in depth on all its bits and pieces below. However, mostly everything in this post stands for the UX430M models as well, in case you're interested in one of those instead. There are three main things you should know when it comes to the build of this laptop. First of all, its case is mostly made out of aluminum sheets put on top of a plastic inner frame, so it feels fairly sturdy, yet there's more flex in the keyboard deck and especially in the lid than on some other ZenBooks and more premium alternatives from other OEMs. That's because some of the UX430s don't get an aluminum hood, like most other ZenBooks, which is the second point of interest here. In fancy marketing terms, the lid is covered in a stunning crystal-like coating that's created using an advanced technique known as nano-imprinting lithography, NIL. The technology is explained here, but in real-life terms, this translates in a type of glossy surface that looks and feels like glass, but is not as fragile or shock-sensitive as glass. So in fewer words, this ZenBook gets a glossy and flexible lid, one that shows smudges and fingerprints easily. However, not all UX430s get the NIL coating, but only the royal blue, the one tested here, which kind of looks closer to violet for me, and the rose gold options. There are also quartz gray and shimmer gold models, available with standard brushed aluminum lid covers, and personally I'd pick between one of these over the NIL coated models, as they should be a little stiffer and a lot easier to keep clean. Anyway, on to the third aspect. This ZenBook is compact, thin and light. It's the same length and width as a standard 13-inch ASUS ZenBook and it weighs 2.75 pounds, but actually packs a 14-inch display instead. The bezels are thin on the right and left sides, yet not as thin as on the XPS 13, plus the top edge is actually large enough to accommodate the camera and microphones, so you don't get that annoying framing in your calls that I get with the XPS. Overall I feel that ASUS did a good job here, finding a good balance between narrow bezels and usability.